So it's 6:35 p.m. on Friday, July 19th, 2019, and just updating and also doing the promised vulnerability report part 2. And I'm entitling this Beware the Sheep in Wolf's Clothing. I just finished dinner, and you know, I've been strafed all afternoon since the last report. They backed off just a little bit, and my wonderful advocates have been trying to reason with them this whole time. But while I was eating dinner, they renewed their onslaught with the really horrible poison beneath my breasts and into my armpit. And at that moment, the vulnerability report part 2 for the Rehabilitating the Torturers project just came into my mind. And one thing that is central to being a powerful leader, or even a decent leader, is you have to own your vulnerability. It really comes down to that. And if you are incapable of saying, I made a mistake here, and I need to do something different, and I am going to own that, you can never be a leader worthy of respect. And that seems to be the cornerstone of these insanely enraged bosses that are hitting me so hard and trying to give me cancer, fighting for my life against their continued escalation. Their favorite line to justify what they're doing is, "She's too comfortable." Right, yeah. Female is always just so comfortable when she's being raped and horrifically tortured by electromagnetic chemical weapons. Right. So that's another sign of weakness in a leader, denial. And again, it gets back to vulnerability. A strong leader will get out of denial at some point and say, this program, this project I was doing has failed. I'm going to learn my lessons and be a better leader tomorrow. I'm going to get out of denial. So I'll wrap it up here. The cornerstone of leadership, folks, it's vulnerability. Anytime you see a leader failing, it's because he's lost touch with that heart-centered part of himself that acknowledges his fallibility and his humanity. The person who has to be right all the time, no matter what damage and destruction is happening all around him, is a failed leader. So good luck reconnecting with your heart-centered vulnerability. All my allies, I can't thank you enough for, I'm sure I could not have endured this horrific crucible if it weren't for all of you. So thank you so very much, both below boards and above boards. Okay, have a good night.